Hello everyone. Happy Sunday first. Let's start with that. Today's episode is a bit different. We are supposed to have this yesterday, but stuff happened. We moved it to Sunday. Let me apologize first for that. I'm glad to be here today. So once again, I'm Tobiloba and I'm a front-end engineer, a developer advocate at Million JS. And today again, we'll be doing more front-end magic with me and Ali, who's on the side of my screen. And
Yeah,
yeah, pretty much TypeScript stuff. That's what we've been doing for a while now. So um yeah, that's a bit of my intro and apology and everything. So let me have Ali go ahead.
okay. So in the name of God, so hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing great. Happy weekends. Let me give you a short introduction about myself. My name is Ali. So it's been 2 years that I'm coding. I'm a front-end developer, like making website that look like adding animation to it and something like that. So as Toby said, we are going to teach you about something that is related to front end, but we can also use it for the backend as well. So it is TypeScript. So in this live stream, we are going to teach you about function, like adding, like giving a variable function type. And the second part of the live stream, we are going to teach you about like type casting, like casting. And so the first part, Toby is going to explain casting type, like typecasting, and the second part, which is the last part, I'm going to teach you about adding type function to a variable. So Toby, are you ready?
Yeah, I am born ready.
Okay, so
Um
let's do
so
it.
um
Yeah,
yeah,
want to
let
say
me
something?
go ahead. Yeah,
Okay,
so I said no, I'm ready. Let me go ahead and start. So
okay, so yep, go ahead.
now typecasting is something that programming languages have a lot and sharing that they have in common. And how does typecasting work? Typecasting is pretty much you saying that okay, you want something of this type, to you want a variable or a value in your program to have a specific type. So it's like you're enforcing a type on something, or you're making it such that it implements a type. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. Like OOP, if you remember from OOP, something called like you implementing an interface. So types are like classes, or interfaces are attributes, and then you casting it onto your own program, or maybe a variable or value in your program is you actually making them implement that interface or that type. So now I'm just going to show you something simple. Like so there are like three different ways we do casting in TypeScript, and one is with the as keyword. So there's casting, type casting, there's using the as keyword, using the as keyword. So, for example, I'm going to go ahead and do something simple here. So, for example, if you look at this now, me declaring a variable const boy const um age, for example, age. I made age a number. Made age a number, and now I'm declaring age as 24. So now I can come down here and I can pretty much say const age, string age, maybe string age, and this is what I will pretty much do. It's just me saying age as string, and I've casted age to be a string. So I'm in one way or the other implementing the type of what's it saying, type number to type string, maybe a mistake on that functionality. This shouldn't be happening. Let me see. So I make age declared like this, and then I say age as string mm, to unknown first. Actually, it should be working. I could be wrong. String like this. Mm,
Okay,
what'd you say?
so the age, like the age is set, like it is number, not a string for the age. So that's why it is giving us error.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm trying to cast it to another type, like a string. That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh
For
yeah.
some reason, why?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I declared age as a number and I'm trying to pass it to be a string. Lesson.
So if I hover the error, it is saying conversion of type number to type string may be a mistake because neither type sufficiently overlaps with the other. If this was intentional, convert the expression to unknown first. That is what error is saying.
But we need to convert, but converting to unknown. Let me see. Let's see the error again.
Okay.
Okay. So now to debug this, we might need to when we rewrite the entire thing or something.
Uh, okay.
Oh, okay, okay,
So
okay.
what
I
if
see. I
we
see what
set the type of this variable? Oh, yeah, okay.
to be a
Yeah, go
string.
ahead.
Yeah, think I see it. We need to convert it to unknown first, then back to string. Or we can actually do something different like this, coming back to my VS Code. So we can do something like this, for example, as unknown and a string. So that kind of takes out the error and gives us. So unknown is a type in TypeScript. Like us converting age back to unknown and then to string is kind of like us saying we want to take age from its original type, which was a number, then back to string. But if I could do this, I don't know. Let's try this again. Number, right? I guess sorry, number.
Yeah.
Then if I did this and I remove this guy, I'm still saying the same thing. Version of type may be a mistake because this converts it unknown first. If it was intentional, but it was intentional, so we leave it as this. Convert to unknown then back to string. So this is typecasting using the as keyword, and I pretty much was able to like demonstrate for a little bit there. So if we console or log age now, we should see age as a string. So we see 24 as a string. So let me show you typecasting using something else. So typecasting using notation. It's like greater than and less than tag notation. Notation. So for example, if I declared something like something of the sort, let's say I declared a variable, I declared maybe an object or something, and I want this object to actually have a different, and I want this object to implement something like a type. Yeah. So now to make me be able to implement that type correctly for the object, I pretty much let me even go to objects for that. Like, maybe to simplify things, let me use a simple variable, for example. Now I want this variable to have a specific type. But now, okay, now how do I make it such that I cast the type of the original type that this variable has to a different type so that I can use it in a different way? So that is what this time tag notation helps us achieve. So now this is the way I would work that now. So pretty much going to apply something similar to the first example, but watch how this will happen. Sorry, give me a minute. Trying to get my cursor on it. Okay, so yeah, awesome. Mm, are you seeing my changes appearing there?
I don't see anything.
Oh, is it my network being weird? I think it's my network being weird. Okay, okay. I think it's back. I think okay, I think it's back.
If I,
Can you see what I'm typing now?
yeah, I can see it right now. You're back. Yeah.
Okay, let's const age now. Age as a number. For example, let's say age become 24, age becoming still 24, but I want to do string age. I need to comment these guys out first to be conflicting. So const string age as a string. Now here's what I want to do. Now I want to cast a type of string to age, but will this still work? Because I might need to still convert age to unknown. So if I can do like as unknown, or maybe if I can do string like this, then maybe unknown as well. I haven't tried this before, but let's see if it works. Oh, it does work. Yeah, this is fun. TypeScript is fun. So yeah, it does
Yeah.
work. So I was able to like convert it to unknown. Maybe I should move unknown first, then back to string, so that it follows this notation that I need. So unknown here, then string of age. What's going on? Oh, it sees. Oh, it sees it that way. Oh, okay. Let's do it the normal way then. I did it before. So now this way, I'm able to convert age that was a number to a string, and I will just use pretty much like tags and tags using the tag notation to convert it to like to um to the exact type that I needed to. So just typecasting. This is another way of like typecasting in TypeScript, and yeah, and this is pretty much my first time, testing it out and playing with it to see how
Mm-hmm.
it actually does. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I haven't used this in like
It,
production code. I use it in React. We use it a lot in React because we pretty much are typecasting when we declare a function component or something.
yeah.
But yeah, this is very fun. So
And this
moving
it,
on,
yeah.
go ahead.
And also, as you said that this is your first time like using like teaching this kind of typecasting,
Mm-hmm.
I have to say like this is also my first time seeing this kind of typecasting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
because we
pretty
don't use
crazy.
this kind of, yeah, because we don't use it too much. That's why it is not that similar to us. But
Yeah,
overall,
exactly.
nice. Yeah, nice explanation, Toby.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ali. So these are like the two ways of typecasting in JavaScript. So just two ways of typecasting that we have. I said JavaScript, TypeScript. So and I was able to show you both ways to typecast using the same example but in two different notations. Yeah, thank you very much. Uh, yeah, Ali, you can go ahead now. Or do you have any comments or anything?
Uh, and no, but what if we use instead of unknown? Can we also use any? Will that work as
Yeah,
well?
let's try any. Let's try any.
Okay, so let's change unknown to any. Yeah, it
Oh,
still
it
it is going
works.
to work fine. Yeah,
Any is more relatable. Any is more relatable and simpler to use. Unknown is weird.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like for
exactly.
example, like in some situation, if you don't know what type, like which type should I use for this variable, just use any, and that will fix the error. But try not to use any every time. Try to use,
It would.
yeah, its type, like string, boolean, number, or function. So if you don't know function, I'm going to teach it. Just wait, no problem.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you very much, Ali. I'm done. I might need to switch devices because my battery is a bit low. Let me switch
Okay.
devices.
I see, I see.
Uh,
Okay, so the first type, the first part of the library stream is done. So Toby explained about typecasting in TypeScript. So he explained it very good. So right now it is my turn to explain about function. So let's go to another file which is specially for function. So before I go and teach about the function signatures or the function, I have to say I have to remind you something about our previous live stream, which we talked about how to add types for each variable. For example, if I make a new variable and say let username equal to a string, okay, so it's Ali. So I'm going to give a string type to this variable. So if I want to update this variable to be something like number, it's going to give me an error and it is saying type number is not assignable to type string. So I'm sure that you all know this one. So it must be a string. So it won't be, if this was a string, so it is going to be a string equal to a string, so we won't get any error. So you might ask, like, do we have any function type for a variable? Like I'm going to make a variable, so that's not going to be a string, that's not going to be number, that's not going to be boolean, and etc. So that's going to be a function. So in TypeScript, do we have something like a type that is especially for function? Yes, we have. So let's go and so let me make a new variable and say let full name be equal to a function. So that's it. Right now, the type for this variable is function. So if I want to change this variable, I update the value of it to a string, which is equal to like Toby, it's going to give me an error which is saying type string is not assignable to type function. So we have to use function for this one. So if I use function and say console.log working, spelling mistake. Okay, working. So right now we won't get any errors because we are using function. We are not using any string. We are not using number. We are using function. So that's why we are not getting any issues
Mm.
or any errors, I should say. So that is
Mhm.
function, like how we can give a variable function type. So we also like sometimes or every time I should say we are going to get arguments like for
Mhm.
example name, last name. So how to give this each arguments a type. So for that we are going to use function signatures. So let me comment this one and make a new not a new variable like say full name. So I'm going to give it a type of function. So I forgot to say something. Let me comment this one and uncomment this one. There are two ways which we can give function type to a variable. This is the first one. The second way of defining a type is full name is by using this one. Oh, I think it's not going to work. Okay, so we can remove this one and it will return void. Okay, so this is the second way of defining function type for this variable. So what void mean? Like if we use void, it is saying that it is not this function is not going to return anything.
Mhm.
But sometimes we are using a function that would return a string, like
Mhm.
it is going to return a string.
Mhm.
So we have to say that this function is going to return a string. So that's
Mhm.
correct. But if I
Yeah.
don't return anything, it's going to give me an error. And it is saying type this one, which is this the type of current function, is not assignable to type this string. So we have to return a string so that we don't get the error. So what
Yeah.
if I don't use a string, but a number? It's going to give an error because this number is not assignable to type string. So
Yeah.
we have to return a string
Yeah.
because we specify the type of this function should return a string. But if I change this string to number, I'm saying you have to return number for this string. So I have to say return 30. So you see, it is solving the errors. So that
Mm.
was the second way of using function. So let me uncomment this one and teach you about function signature because most of the time we are going to use several arguments. So how to give each arguments a type.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's go here. So I'm going to for full name function, I'm going to have two arguments. First argument is for first name and the second argument is for last name. So I'm going to make two arguments. So I'm going to say the first argument is going to be a string and the second argument is also going to be a string and you have to return what? You have to return a string, not void. Void, if you use void, that means you're not return anything. But if you say is string, then you have to return a string for this function. So I'm going to use this function and say the full name is equal to a function. You see, we will get this one, which is saying A is equal to a string, B is equal to a string. So I'm going to name the first name, which is going to be a string, and the last name, which is also going to be a string, and we have to return a string. So I'm going to
Mhm.
use this one and say first name and the last name.
Mm.
So you see, we are returning a string, so it is not giving us any error. But if I change this string to be number, it's going to give you an error which is saying type first number is string, like last name is string is equal to string, is not
Mm.
assignable to type this whole thing number. So I have to
Yeah.
say is string. And also, just because we use B here, letter A and B here, it doesn't mean that we have to use the same letter for this function. We can use anything we want, like A is equal to first name, so I can name it anything I want. So it doesn't mean that if we use A here, B here, we have to use A and B here. But the type should be the same. So A
Yeah.
is equal to string. So if I set this first name argument to be a number, is going to give us an error because first name is number, but here a, which is the first name, is a string. So we have to say string here. That was
Mm-hmm.
the function signature. So let me give you more examples so that you can learn it better. So let's say let age. So I'm going to give it a function. So same, it is going to get two arguments, which is a is equal to be age number and b is going to be a string. So it will return a string. Why it is giving error? Not declare blocks coverable age. Age was not declared here. So let's say something like user. So user is going to get two arguments, which is the first argument is going to be number, the second one is going to be string, and it must return a string. So let's say user is equal to a function. The first one is going to be age, which is number, and the second one is going to be the name of the user, which is going to be a string as well, and it must return object. No, return a string. Sorry. So we can say a name, which is the user. Ali is the age of the user, which is this, and years old. So that's how we can specify, like we can give types to each variable, like function signature, like giving each arguments a type. If I
Mm-hmm.
say if the b, like the second argument is going to be a boolean, it's going to give us an error because the name string is not assignable to type boolean. So we have to use a correct type when we are using TypeScript. So that was
Yeah.
this example one. So let's do the last example, which is going to be uh, Toby, like, can you give me some ideas, like an example?
Yeah. You can just do a function that does a function that does maybe a mathematical operation, maybe like some,
Oh
or a
yeah,
function that
that's true.
yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
great. So let's say, as Toby said, let's say adding. So I'm going to give this a type, and I want it to return number, not a string, not boolean, or function. I want this function to return number. So this function is going to take three arguments. First, a is equal to number, and b is equal to number, and c is also going to be a number. So I'm going to write a function for this one and say adding is equal to. So I'm going to give this three argument, which is number 30, no, num1, number 2. So I have to give them type for each one of them, a number, and also the last argument, which is going to be number 3, number, and it has to return number. So we say number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3. You see, if I change this number to a string, it is going to give us an error because we have to return number. So we can change it back to the number. And yeah, I think that's all about function signature and how to give a variable the function type and how to work with them. And also, maybe in some cases, there are three arguments, but you want to add just two, the first two arguments. If I remove the third one, we are going to get an error. This one. Oh, I think it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. You
I don't
can.
think it really matters until when you are passing in the arguments.
I think, yeah. But if I add more, like say number 4, num4
Yeah, it will,
is
yeah,
equal
there'll be
to
an error.
number.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, so it's going to give us an error because we must have three arguments, not more than that. But we can have less than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
I think that's all about function and function signature, how to give function types for each variable and how to work with them. And if we have arguments, how to give types for each one of them and about the difference between void, like void, number, string. I think if you start working with Typescript, with React.js, Next.js, you will see this function a lot. Like say testing, like let's give this variable a type. You will see this type a lot when you are using Typescript with React.js or Next.js. Because you're not going to return any number, a string, you just return void, which means it's not going to return anything. And yeah, that's all from me.
Yeah.
I hope you learned something about function signature and about function. Back to you, Toby.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ali. And yeah, this was an amazing stream. I mean, I enjoyed the parts where you did more examples. I would have done more examples with my own to like to showcase typecasting in real in like use cases and stuff. But yeah, this was a very fun stream. I mean, I learned like two things now. Like I've like further understood function signatures. I mean, I know what they are, but I've never like learned terminologies and stuff in TypeScript. But this really gave me like terminology, and now I know, okay, this is what this is and this is how this works. So I mean, it's a learning opportunity for both of us and for the viewers as well.
Exactly.
So
I do
yeah,
agree.
yeah. So this was a very fun episode, and we did more fun TypeScript stuff. We talked about TypeScript, typecasting, and we also talked about function signatures and how to use types on functions in TypeScript. And I pretty much enjoyed
Mhm.
every bit of it. So yeah, that is all for me. Ali.
Yeah, that's awesome. Glad to hear it, Toby. Like, and also, I learned about typecasting, which I didn't know before, so I learned it from you. So as you said, it's a learn opportunity. So for both of us, I think we are doing a we are doing great with our collaboration.
Yeah, we are. This is the 29th episode. I mean, we've gone come this far.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah,
from me.
yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. And yeah, this one came a bit weird because we did it on a Sunday, and also I'm using my phone now, which is also weird because like there's no power and stuff. Well, I'm sure like when I get a new laptop very soon, my power will be lasting much longer. I'm trying to change this laptop. That's why I'm not rectifying this issue yet. So I'm sure like when I get a new laptop very soon, we will not be having these issues
Okay,
anymore. Yeah.
which laptop are you going to buy?
It's going to be a MacBook for sure.
That's great. Nice
Yeah,
job.
yeah, MacBook for sure.
Yeah,
So thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate this, and there are only one person watching though, but we are glad you came by to stop and watch this. But, but yeah, that's all for me. And have a wonderful weekend, and yeah, have
yeah,
a wonderful week ahead rather, because this is a new week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
How about
so
you?
yeah, as Toby says, so have a great day, everyone. Bye. I hope to see you again in our upcoming live stream, which
Yeah.
is this time is going to be on Saturday, not
Bye.
Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Yeah.
everyone. Have a great day.